Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very exciting video. Today I am going to do a full face of Glamshop. The brand was extremely nice and reached out to me and sent me products in PR. They're all in this box and there's pretty much everything that you need to do a full face, and I wanted to start trying these products out, and I thought, well, I'll do a first impression on my channel, and then as I use these products more, then I can actually give you reviews and like updates further along. But yeah, I've had these for just 1 or 2 days, so I haven't tried anything yet. I am wearing right now my foundation concealer. I put soap brows and a eyeshadow primer, my usual Milani eyeshadow primer. And then the rest is going to be all Glamshop products. I will be linking and writing the names down in the description because Glamshop is a Polish brand. It's an indie brand and I expect to butcher some of the names. So I'm gonna try to pronounce them the best that I can, and then for the rest I will be writing it down for reference down in the description box. Now, Glamshop is not a new brand to me. I've made my first order, I want to say in November last year or down the end of last year. And I have especially loved their single eyeshadow. So this is, for example, one of their empty palettes with all the single eyeshadows that I bought myself. And I did a swatch party with part of these and with one of the 2 palettes that I have from them. I have the green palette and I have the yellow palette from them as well that I purchased myself. And I love their eyeshadow formula. They have such a unique formulation, especially of their Turbo Glow eyeshadows, and now they came out with a new formula which is like more of a marbled eyeshadow. So I'm just really loving those products, but I hadn't tried anything else from them before. So in this box, in this package that they sent me, there's, for example, a contour palette with blush, bronzer, and highlight. There's some face powders that are, there's a translucent and an illuminating one. There's some lipsticks, eyeliners, lip liners, mascara, more palettes. I have this one and I have the burgundy palette. There's I guess highlighter palette. I couldn't really understand it from the description on the website, but this is what it looks like, and it has a bit bigger pans, but some of them are in the Turbo Glow formula. So we're gonna see how all of these look and work on my skin. I also received a set of their brushes, which I'm curious to try, and now I realized that I should have used a sponge to do my foundation. But we'll try that another time. I'm not a big sponge person. I love brushes more. But yeah, we're gonna go through a few of these products. I was actually quite excited to try this palette today because I know the quality of these 9 pans are really good, and this burgundy one is also absolutely stunning. Whoa, look at it right here. So I'm gonna use that in the future, but today I wanted to try this more pastel-y looking palette, and it contains a ton of different eyeshadows with matte and shimmer formulas. I'm especially excited for the greens, but I'm thinking of going a little bit more spring and pastel. We're gonna try. Since I already have my face makeup on, I'm gonna start by setting that before it creases and moves. I'm gonna try the loose powder for under the eyes, and this should also be slightly corrective. It has a little bit of a peachy tone, but it's not, in principle it should be translucent and good for all skin tones. And there's a lot of brushes here that I'm gonna try to be using during. I'm taking this one right here, which looks like a good under eye brush, and trying to apply the powder under my eyes. And this seems like a nice setting powder for now. We're gonna see how by the end of my makeup if it will have creased or things like that, or if it feels dry. But for now it just feels very velvety and light, so all good on that front. The powder has a little sifter which you can close, which I really appreciate, and it's quite a big size. It's a 5-gram powder, quite nice. Then they sent 2 pressed powder. One is a transparent setting powder and the other one is an illuminating powder that also should be good for all skin tones. So I'm gonna start with a big fluffy brush from them. This is the T119, so they have numbers. The previous one was the T127 and this is the big powder brush T119. I'm taking the translucent powder and I am going to be applying it. It picks up. Baby break. We have a baby that woke up, so I'm gonna have her here with me while we try this makeup and see if she calms down and can sleep again a little bit. Funny how newborns just should eat, poop and sleep. That's pretty much all they need to do. All they need to do. So we were applying the powder. I'm gonna apply, this is the translucent powder. I'm applying it only in the center of my face because that's where I usually would mattify. And I feel like also the under eyes are quite blurred and this brush is so soft. So you can definitely apply a small amount of powder. Yeah, and this is the translucent powder. What I also wanted to try was to apply the illuminating powder more on where I would put the hourglass powder, so on the outer perimeters of my face for me because I have oily skin. But I am going to go back into the brush I used for the under eye powder. This picks up quite a bit more. Tapping it off, and I'm gonna kind of gently set the rest of my face. And I think it actually gives a little bit of a luminosity to the skin. Yeah, I actually think there is a difference between the two sides. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I don't think so. Also, the baby is sleeping again already. These are the powders. Of course, as with all powders, this cannot be more than a first impression, right? I need to see how they wear and everything like that. But for now, it seems nice. The powders came individually wrapped and with a little sticker, so you can decide. I popped them into their cases and you can then stick the name on the case, but these are a bit like the Nabla powders that come in a pan and a magnetic case. So you can choose if you want them in a loose, in your just empty magnetic palette or in these cases. And for now, I decided to put them in the cases and then we will see. But for travel, I really like that because I tend to use anyways the powders in a magnetic palette. I will continue with the face and I'm gonna go into the contour palette, and this one contains a like banana, more setting powder, 2 contour powders, 2 highlights and a blush, I would say, looking at it. And this color-wise thing seems like something I could use. The universal contour shade, the lighter one of the two, should work for me. I think the other one is way too dark. And I'll use the blush. For the highlighter, I'm not sure. I want to use the other highlighter palette, but I am gonna swatch it once I have 2 hands free, once I can put her down safely and she's gonna continue sleeping. But first, let's get contouring or bronzing a little bit. I'm going to be using this brush, which is the T126, and I love the shape of this. You can see how pinched it is, but it's kind of a short fan brush, like half a fan brush, I don't know, but I like the look of it. So taking the lighter of the contour shades, which is called Universal, and just applying it under my cheekbones a little bit. Oh, this is nice. The tone I like quite a bit. It's not too cool toned, and I think it actually does quite something for me. I haven't contoured in a very, very long time, I have to say, yeah? Because I usually just bronzer or I just bronze. But first of all, this brush makes it super easy to just go here, and the powder seems very nicely blendable. What do you think? I actually quite like it. I don't know how it looks on camera, but on my mirror it looks nice and blended and really easy. Like it took 2 seconds to do that actually. Very impressed with that. And I am going to try the blush. I don't know with what brush to use it. I would probably use the same brush also for the blush. Does that make sense? The blush is a pearly pink. It's actually called pearly pink. And I'm gonna try gently, because I have a feeling these are pigmented. And this is definitely a luminous blush. It looks pearly also in the, ooh, it has a nice, actually, you can see it, a nice, yeah, pearlescence on it that almost makes it that you don't need highlighter. Can you see it? This would definitely be for more light skin tones though, because the pearl is quite a light pink, so it shows up quite, it might actually show up too white on a darker skin tone than me. I also usually don't like more pinky highlighters, and this one, because it's in a blush, I actually quite, I don't dislike it at all. The base color being dark makes it that it doesn't make me look ashy. This is really, really pretty. The highlighters are a more champagne color, which is quite light, and a more goldeny tone. I think the golden would be the color I would use for myself, but as I said, I actually want to use the highlighter powder. But as I said, I actually want to use the highlighter palette for this, so let's get that one out. Amore. Shh, 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 shh. This is the Svietlovka palette, I guess, and it's a universal palette. And now I don't know this word is, because I can understand. It says Paleta Uniwersalnych Bliskotek. I don't know what bliskotek is. There's also an L that is dashed. That my language knowledge does not go that far. But it contains these gorgeous 6 shades, and they all have different shifts. I showed them to you on my Instagram stories when I unboxed this. And the bottom 2 goldy ones are more smooth powders, and then the other 4 are more like, it reminds me a little bit more of the Turbo Glow, but I'm very curious to try it on my face. I'm going to use this T128, which is a little, again, half a fan brush, I guess, to apply it. And I'm thinking I might start with the top shade right here, which is Disco Lead, and see how that looks. And if it picks up on a brush, actually. Ooh, yeah, definitely more of a glittery finish, and this has a pink shift. I don't know how I feel about that, I have to say, because first of all, it's flying everywhere, which means my baby's gonna be glittery. But ooh, yeah, still a lot on my brush. I'm gonna go and blend a little bit. Ooh, I have glitter on my cheeks. Okay, so it might actually be that I'm gonna use these as eyeshadow toppers, because I really don't like glitter on my face. I talked about this also when talking about the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. What is it called? The highlighter. I'm gonna try the shade Lazerovi, which is one of the more smooth ones, and the yellow one, to see if that smooths it a little bit. This is way more highlight that I wear normally. I mean, it looks really pretty, but it's definitely a lot for me. Can you see this? a lot of highlighter. Well, So we're gonna run with it since we have it. So I used this top one and the bottom one, on the more yellowy bottom one. Okay, I zoomed you in. For the eyes, I'm gonna be using this Remix Glambox Edition 21. And this is, yeah, just a Remix palette with 14 shades. And I am going to be doing, I don't know yet. I am very interested in this mint green. I feel like with these massive pink highlighty bits and cheeks, I should incorporate some pink, but yeah, I'm not into super bright makeup yet, or like that's not what I'm feeling, so I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be using also their eyeshadow brushes, and there's two more blending brushes, a bigger one, a smaller MAC 217 style brush, a nice little paddle precision brush, a standard, I don't know, eyeshadow application brush, and this, which is one of my favorite shapes for crease work. So I'm actually really excited. And I'm starting with a mauve shade called Acryl. These are actually a little bit powdery as I pick them up, but it's a nice pinky mauve. Oh, it blends also really nicely. I'm gonna do one eye for you and then continue. Usually people do the opposite, right? First they do one eye by themselves and then do one on camera. But I thought this would also work as a real, like, improvisation type of look. But this blends out beautifully. Like, there is really no, it's seamless. It's really, really pretty. I'm really impressed. The only thing with this palette is that there's nothing really dark. So I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is Azil, which seems more of a like matte with glitter right here. For swatches of all these palettes, I'm gonna do a swatch party, but yeah, it's a matte with some glitter, but the glitter doesn't show up. If you watch my review of Colourpop palettes, you know that I hate mattes with glitter, but I'm gonna use it as a deepening matte. Or not. One moment. We're getting close to feeding time, so that's why she's fussy. But I was saying I'm using this as just as a deepening shade, and indeed the glitters don't really show up. I'm having a little bit of a harder time blending this one than the other one, but more because I think I'm having issues here for it to stick. I don't think it's the shadow. I had this yesterday doing a different makeup look. So for now we're gonna leave it like that. And then they also sent their Glam Glue, which is, I guess, a glitter glue or eyeshadow glue. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of this on my eye. Let me find a synthetic brush. Not a synthetic brush, what I meant was like my little Nabla flat brush, and applying it on my lid. I'm actually excited because in principle this one should make their glitters and turbo eyeshadows stick better, even though I have no problem with them sticking at all. And I am going into the shade, Balowi here, which is this rosy shade, and it's so beautiful. Their shimmer formula is amazing. Amazing. Look at that. Someone's fussing. So the only thing about this palette is that indeed I don't have a darker eyeshadow. So I'm gonna try to deepen with the shade Acryl that I blended in. No, that doesn't work. To blend out the outer corner. Or to deepen the outer corner rather. She's definitely not tired anymore, so we're gonna try to get through it, you guys. This is difficult, more difficult than I thought. For my inner corner, I'm back. It's been 2 hours. We're just gonna leave it there, but baby is sleeping again, so we're gonna continue with the palette and the eye look. I want to try something different to deepen the outer corner because this palette doesn't really have very dark mattes. So I'm going to take the shade Kozak, which is this one right here. Looks to be a bit like a blue-brown duochrome, but it looks quite dark. So I'm going to add that on the outer corner. Oh yes, this is very much like blue-brown. Oh, I like it. I like it. And then for the inner corner, I actually really wanted to use this mint green. So let's try that. Very pretty. In the meantime, also, I've had this makeup on for a few hours, so I can also talk a little bit about the powders that I used. I actually like the effect on my face. It's quite matte in the center. The highlighter is a bit much and definitely on the glittery side for me. It's not my style. So this palette I would rather use probably as an eyeshadow topper as far as I can see now. I have quite some fallout, so I'm gonna try to just brush it away. And then to define the eye, I am going to be using one of their pencils, and this is in a black shade. I don't think it has a specific name. Gorska, which might mean black, but might also not. You're gonna please have to excuse my Polish, which is non-existent, but this is a black pencil, so I'm gonna line my lash line. Oh, this is really creamy. I like it. And with the little brush, I'm just gonna smudge it a little bit, and look at how black that is. Very nice. Very nice. I am going to take the shade Acryl again on the little blender brush and apply it underneath my eyes to bring it all together. And then just to add another color, because I can, I'm gonna take the shade Petarda, which if I extrapolate from Italian, petardo is a like firework, but the ones that just make noise and not light. I don't know if that is the same in Polish, but it's a pretty lavender purpley shade. So now I've tried a bunch of different ones. I'm gonna do the same eye look on the other eye and come back to apply the mascara and the lip products. Okay, here I am. I was thinking to make this even more interesting, even though I think these shimmers have such a beautiful wet look. I'm gonna take the same shade Disco Lead that I put on my cheekbones and with my finger just apply it as a topper. Yes. Yes, definitely. Prefer this over having that on my cheek, I must say. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, that added a beautiful, beautiful extra reflect to this eye look that, yeah, I really like. So I used the black pencil, and they also have a nude pencil right here, but I'm not gonna use it. I don't think it fits in this look. For the brows, they have sent me two little micro pencils, and let me find the shade names. For the brows, they sent me two of their micro brow pencils, the shade 2 and 3. I think I'm gonna try the shade number 3. and there is a little spoolie on one side and a micro pencil on the other. It's really, really tiny. I hope you can see this. Oops. This is the shade number 3, and let me see, the shade number 2 is probably going to be lighter. Yes, definitely. So this would probably work better for a blonde. I'm gonna try shade number 3, even though it looks a little bit cool toned for me, but my natural brows are cool toned. So actually, look at that. It looks very much like my brow color. I prefer to usually go warmer so that I match my hair, even though like this is my natural color with all the grays that you can see, because it's been months since I colored it. So this actually works very well for me. I like this pencil because it's quite hard, and micro pencils I think need to be hard for you to be able to make hair-like strokes. And I've had this problem with the NYX one that I mentioned. Oh, it might even be darker than my brow color. I don't mind it at all. I think it's actually doing quite a good job. Very happy with this actually. The micro brow pencil from NYX was a bit too soft, and it would end up being like a coloring marker instead of hair-like strokes. This I prefer the look of much better. I had soap brows in my brows before, I told you, but look at that. I think I like this a lot. Yes, definitely very impressed with the brow pencil. Now for the mascara, this guy right here, it's called the Classic Mascara, and it is a fluffy wand, not too big, which I like because I have small eyes, and there are some mascaras that have way too big wands, and I end up getting mascara all over my eyes and face. And let's try applying one layer. Nothing incredible so far, I must say. Let's do the second one. I am missing both volume and length right now, but let's see if it builds up. I never really just wear one layer of mascara anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, this is looking much better. The volume at the roots is really nice, but I want to get more product on the lengths so that you can see it when I wear these more colorful makeup looks. How do you think? This is one layer and this is 2. Let me apply the second one on the other side as well. Okay, I think I built it as much as I could. This is the effect on my eyes. So far, I would say average, nothing too extremely interesting. I have 2 lip pencils and 2 matching lipsticks to try. The shades are Parafica and Clodina Credka. Don't know what it means. This is the second one. They're both pinky nudes, but I want to figure out which one is warmer that will suit me better. They're very similar, I must say. I'm gonna use this one, which is what did I call it? Parafka, and apply it to my lips. The formula is a little bit harder, reminds me more of like a MAC lip liner rather than a Colourpop lip liner, let's say. And the color is, you can see, too light for me. It's lighter than my lip color, or like the contour of my lip. There are 2 lipsticks as well. This one is called Business, could be. And it's this guy right here. And the other one is called Takaladna, which I again don't know. And it's a lighter nude, a darker and a lighter nude. What are we gonna do? The lighter one? Or no, the darker. I know that the darker is gonna look better on me. I am a creature of darker lip colors. The formula is very creamy and it smells amazing of fruit candy maybe. Really interesting. Love the smell of it. And the color on me, this one I quite like. I think the other one is a bit too light for me. I want to try to like do a little bit of an accent on the center. They're very creamy, extremely comfortable. Yeah, you can almost not see it actually. I'm gonna try this separately, but yeah, I used this one right here. Not the typical color that I would go for, but a nice rosy nude. Overall, I went very rosy today on my face. But this is a little bit of my first impressions on these products by Glamshop that they sent me. And let's say as a summary, love their shimmer shadows. You can see the effect on the eye is pretty amazing. The matte pink was also really, really nice. I'm very curious to try more of the pastel shades, but yeah, this felt a little bit more me today. And when it comes to the highlighter palette, I'm gonna have to try out the other shades. Let me show them to you. What I meant with these two when I swatched them last time were much less glittery than the others. They felt more like a traditional shimmer versus the one that I used today, and for example another one right here, they felt much more glittery. This is the one I put on my face today, by the way, in a heavy swatch. This is another one. They're much more glittery, but actually, no, it seems actually that they're all kind of the same formula. And I'm gonna try them out a bit more, but I feel like this palette for me would be more of a eyeshadow topper or just an eyeshadow palette. They're very pretty and very shifty. It looks like beautiful shifty shades right there, and I really like them, just not as highlighters for me because I don't like glittery highlighters. Like this one that I put on, it has so many different shifts. It really does turn out more pink in the mirror for me. And then the contour palette, I used this shade. I liked it. It worked well for me. And the blush was actually also very nice. I can swatch it for you right here, but you saw it on my face. Maybe if I am in frame, that will help. You saw it on my face. I'm gonna keep trying it out. I think this one is way too dark for me, but this one is quite a nice contour shade, which I don't contour very often, but this was super easy to do, and I feel like it doesn't look too cool toned on me. Overall, the makeup is very cool toned, and I'm not a cool toned looking person, so that is less ideal. Brushes, I loved the eyeshadow brushes that I used. I used these four. There's one more that I didn't use, that was this one. And these all worked well. And the face brushes, I really liked this one for contour and blush. I'm gonna definitely get use out of this. And the one that I use for underneath my eyes and powder, and the one for highlighter. So far, I've been really liking these, and these are two that I still need to try. I think this one will be great for foundation. I'm gonna try it out next time. And I'm gonna leave in the description box how this glitter glue or the glam glue works for me, if it keeps my shadows from creasing well enough, and I'll let you know. So far, for the face powder, as I mentioned, I think it's quite nice. My face is well mattified, and I've had this makeup now on for a few hours, so I think overall it all looks quite good. Very happy with all of this. Mascara, so-so. Brows, amazing. This brow pencil here is definitely going in my everyday drawer, and the lip products in first impressions seem very nice. I hope you enjoyed this short first impression. Short? No, not short. I hope you enjoyed this first impression video. of the products from Glamshop. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the description box below. I will be doing swatch parties, a swatch party for the rest of the things that I got, because as I've showed you, there's still the burgundy palette. Oh, the plastic isn't still in there. The burgundy palette to be tried, as well as the singles they sent me, which are these mattes right here. I'm super excited to try also these bright ones. Maybe I should have used this actually to deepen my outer corner. Where is my brain? These are the Turbo Glows that they sent, which are colors that I don't have, and I'm just gonna add them to my big palette. And these are also all of their little glam boxes. This is for 12, this is for 9. I have the big one that I bought myself, and these are some of the new marble shadows right here, and I bought 3 myself. Then there are 2 glitters that are these 2 glitters, and these are 2 holos. So I'm gonna be swatching these in a swatch party soon, and I'll be happy to be doing another get ready with me if you have specific products that you want to see in action. Yeah, and for now, that's it. I hear my baby crying again, so I'm gonna go get her. And thank you so much for watching and for bearing with me in these baby disturbances times, but so it is. And I hope you'll subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.